can't be the only one out there waiting for me. Stop, control the fire, let it burn. You're not in love with me, only how I make you feel. You don't know how real love tastes. You never learned to give just how you take. You're not in love with me. No, you're not in love with me. Maybe you believed it too, but love don't hurt the way you do. I know you tried, baby, I know you tried. And daily I nearly died, hoping you'll change for me. Lay down your armor, lay down your pride. You're not in love with me, only how I make you feel.
Soft light falls on quiet sand. You almost leaned in. Shadows move, skin to skin. Something unspoken. Will you let me in? You and I will always have that one night. Come morning light, we'll always have that sunrise. We'll always have that sunrise. Daybreak, shadows fade. You step back, I step away. Nothing's broken, nothing new.
넌 취한 것 같아. 자꾸만 웃음이 나. 어린아이 장난 같아.
다정한 밤 공기가 적당한 bar. 바랬던 나를 돼 다른 음악이 돼. 달콤해 그대와 나를 한 잔에
콜라다보다 달달한 그 말 사랑해. 이 세상 누구보다 더 마음의 이끌림을 따라 내게 다가가 입 맞출래.
두근거리는 둘만의 밤.
둘만의 밤
파도처럼
그댄 밀려오는데. 달콤해 그대와 나 한 잔에 스파클링 와인보다 향긋한 그 말 사랑해. 이 세상 누구보다 더 마음의 이끌림을 따라 내게 다가가 입 맞출래. 다음 생에 태어나도 내 선택은 그대예요. 가까이에서 바라보다 다른 사람 다 다가와도 답은 늘 하나예요. 영원히 함께 너와. 달콤해 그대와 나를 한 잔에 피치 마티니보다 상큼한 그 말 사랑해. 이 세상 누구보다 더 마음의 이끌림을 따라 내게 다가가 입 맞출래.
Never been sure where faith begins. Guess I'm still waiting for something to hit. I whispered questions till midnight winds. Not sure if someone's listening. Lying here silent, your hand on my skin feels like it's an answer or close enough to it. 'Cause I don't know where we go when the light fades out. your hand on my skin. 'Cause I don't know where we go when the light fades out. If there's voice in the sky or if it's quiet, then I will believe if I even meet you. 'Cause in your eyes I might find heaven. Yeah, in your eyes I might find heaven. Yeah, in your eyes I might find heaven. Yeah, in your Cause I don't know where we go when the light fades out.
it's so odd being here at the same time. Missing the plot, as if it's not that big of a deal. We're here at the same time. This little planet of mine, planet of ours, fits in a yard. Like what are the odds? This little planet of mine, big as it comes, oh, isn't it odd? It's like a billion to one. Yesterday I saw someone I missed, and in that moment they existed. Not much for answers, is there? Came into work with a green cap, just a regular quick grab. Then gone home making dinner. Would be weird if they didn't. Fits in a yard. Like what are the odds? This little planet of mine, big as it comes, isn't it odd? It's like a billion to one. It's like a billion to one.